they're doing it out of their own free will, then it's perfectly fine. One of the things behind religious freedom, I guess, is if you want to do it, then you can do it. And if you don't want to, you don't have to. So as long as they're not forcing anybody else who doesn't want to do it, then I think it's fine. I'd say, I guess, it does have a lot to do with who's doing the speech, where if it's the students, they're kind of the private entities, whereas the teachers and coaches represent the public schools, so they have more of the public voice. So it's pretty much those two things.
I believe it's up to the student, essentially, if it's enforced by the school in any manner, or if the school funds it or supports it in any manner. I don't believe it's right, because therefore it's infringing upon the students' decisions. But if it's just the students making that decision in private school, I believe it's right. Public speeches would be toward a larger audience, and it would be at schools, supported and sponsored events, like I said earlier, but private speeches, on the other hand, would be more close-knit community at more kind of leisurely activities and I guess everyday kind of conversations.
I don't think so, because I guess at least in the idea of public schools, a lot of it's based around this idea that everyone can be involved in something, and I feel like this idea that they should be allowed to do these private prayers, I think that's a personal right and not necessarily something that should be a school sponsored idea. With what I mentioned earlier with this idea of public education, that's something that's appealing to these masses, versus private speech would be more of like an interpersonal relationship or discussion rather than speaking to masses.
And how would the audience that you're speaking to impact the decision of private versus public speech?
I think public speech would also be, I feel like there's at least when we're looking at it from this aspect, there's like an age difference. We're seeing that for more of public speech, it's more of, here are these upper people who are definitely older in age talking to this large mass of people who's much younger.